joining us now, we have the biggest bull on the street, Julian Emanuel of Evercore ISI. He sees the S&P 500 reaching 6,000 by the end of the year. But you look at data like today, and you still wonder, Julian, I have to ask you, despite being so bullish here relative to everyone else, is perhaps on a macro level the street being a little too bullish on what they're expecting out of economic data, given the negative surprises that we've had of late?
Well, this is part of the ongoing, and we're not saying permanent, but ongoing soft landing scenario, okay? If you look at manufacturing, it has essentially been, as Mike said, in this sort of weakened state for the better part of a year now. And, you know, part of the benefit of China not growing as expected has been the cap on commodity prices, which is a significant tailwind for risk assets in general, to a point. But again, there is this expectation that this, you know, you're not going to tip over because of China weakness, and we've seen it in the past, and that's part of where the Fed's calculus comes into play. But for us, this is all part of the fact that the data is likely to be confusing as we go on, and also why we're underweight industrials.
Confusing but soft.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so the data supports Fed cuts. That's good for the stock market and for your base case. Earnings have been really strong, stronger than expected, which is also good for stocks and good for your base case. I guess positioning is something you could argue about. Are we going to see a yen carry trade unwind again? But that seems to be a tempest in a teapot, if you will, because it sorts itself out after a few weeks. What are the risks to 6,000? I mean, what could bring us down? Because I imagine AI is a big one that stands out after NVIDIA's earnings.
So there's definitely the psychology around AI because, and again, we didn't expect, you know, blowout to the upside, even though you got reasonably good earnings. But there is this ongoing question about, you know, the use cases of AI, and will that translate into further spend after sort of the hyperscaler CapEx really peaks at the end of next year. Our view is that you had some commentary this earnings season that really start to sort out the use cases. The world's largest physical retailer, for example, talking about their initiatives. You've seen it in other places. But the psychology, whenever you have valuations that are elevated, is going to be a bit more under pressure if the news flow isn't perfect.